people, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be sharing another spiritual insight word with you today. Today we're going to be digging deeper into this topic of destiny exchange by friends. This particular type of a friend who is more than likely to exchange your God-given destiny. We'll be looking at exactly how this process happens. So exactly how a destiny can be exchanged by this type of a friend. If you've not watched my previous video on this type of a friend who is more than likely to exchange your destiny, I suggest that you go and watch that video, because then you will understand this one more, or you'll understand it better. Okay, so I've also put the link in my description box so that you can just watch it as well, but this is more of a continuation of that video. It's linked. Okay, so this one is going to be talking about exactly how the destinies exchange. We'll be looking at the process, but before I get into the details, I just want to welcome those that are here for the very first time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you on board. For my return viewers, thank you so much. For my subscribers, thank you so much for your continued support, everyone. As we watch this video, don't forget to like this video. Also, if you know one or two people that you feel may benefit from the words in this spiritual insight video, do not hesitate to share this video with them. Lastly, if this is the type of content that you like, then do not hesitate to subscribe and formally join our growing family. Okay, and everyone, just as a reminder, please hit the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post a video, so that you don't miss out on this amazing content. Okay, now let's just carry on with the topic of today. So exactly how the destiny exchange process works. We talked about 3 signs that indicate that a friend has this type of a spirit and is likely to then go on to exchange a destiny. So those 3 signs would be that they copy you in so many things, so that your past becomes sort of almost like their past. The things you've accomplished becomes almost like the same things they've accomplished. I'm not talking about just general healthy admiring something nice that someone has done, or something that someone has received that is beautiful, that is nice, and you admire it and you're thinking, oh, this is so nice, I never thought, it would look like this. Maybe I'll go and do this at my house. Or wow, that looks so good on you, I didn't know it's this beautiful. Maybe I can get one for myself. That is healthy and that is okay. People admire each other and the things that we do all the time, so that is healthy. What I'm talking about here is an obsessive type of copying someone, where it is just word for word, and or if it's something, a design that someone has come up with, it's the exact thing. There is no difference, right? They copy it to the T, right? This is what I'm talking about. And it's not a one-time occurrence. It is consistent and it is persistent, right? And it happens on so many occasions that you just realize that something is going on here. This type of imitation that is almost an obsessive type of imitation, that's what I'm talking about here. And the second sign is that they want what you want, such that their dreams became sort of what your dreams are. So they take also your dreams. So what you've done, this is your past, right? What you've accomplished, they want to accomplish that. So they are copying. So they are copying what you've already done. So things from your past. But now, even your future, so your dreams, things that you're hoping for, things that you want to do, things that you want to achieve, they also want to achieve those same things, such that your wishes become their wishes. Your dreams become now their dreams as well. Your aspirations also become their aspirations. If you want to open a business, they also now are interested in business, and they also want to open a business. The same field, the same one that you want to open, that also becomes their plan now, and they work so hard to accomplish that. If you change your mind and you say, I wanted to go into this this area, but now I've changed my mind. You notice that they too will also now shift as well, right? So such that whatever you're doing, they have to do the same thing, where it's becoming obsessive. People who know the both of you will notice this thing very easily, and they may start commenting or saying, some things about it. Sometimes you may even hear that type of a friend saying things like, we are twins, or we are, joined at the hip, or they will use some kind of phrases that indicate that this is not just casual. It is something that they're putting a lot of energy into, and it is spiritual, because it's a spirit. We've talked about it, right? It's a covetous spirit. So it's a spirit that is driving this. So when they start using this type of words, and then you notice this excessive type of behavior, and it is obsessive in nature. They want to know your dreams. They want to know what your plans are. They want to know why, so that they can also put their energy into achieving those for themselves. So this is where you know that, okay, this is spiritual. This is just not coincidence, and it's not just, the way people are. There's a spirit involved there. Okay. And then the third thing is, when it's not possible for them to accomplish those things that you've accomplished, or to obtain those things you've obtained for yourself, they become so angry, so upset, so mad. At times they even go into a rage, right? Because this is almost like it's affecting their life. Just the fact that they cannot achieve what you've achieved, or they cannot obtain that thing that you have obtained. For instance, maybe it was a limited edition item. The company is no longer manufacturing the same type of item that you have. And so when they realize this, they know obviously that it's not going to be possible for them to obtain it. They get so angry, so upset. Sometimes they would be, breaking things up, insulting people, and just going into quite a fit of rage because this has happened. Then you know that something very wrong is going on here. Or even if they're not breaking things or being destructive, you can see from their face they are so angry. It's not just disappointment, like, oh, well, it would have been nice for me to have this, but maybe it wasn't meant to be. That's okay. It would have been nice, but it didn't happen. So that's okay. I'll take something else. No. This one is, they're not going to give up. They will still be putting so much energy into looking for different ways to obtain that thing which you have. It's only when they obtain it that is when they will have peace in their heart. Otherwise, there is no peace for them. They are restless. They can't rest and just let it go and just accept that they can't have this thing which you have. It's just not possible. When you see that, then you know that, okay, something is definitely going on with this person. So now I've just painted the profile of this type of a friend, okay? So with the profile of this type of a friend, now imagine that there's no way they can get that item or that type of a business. Maybe the government is not issuing those type of licenses anymore. It's closed. They can't open a similar one. Or a husband, they want a particular type of person that you have, right? Whether it's the career that your husband is in, the type of money they make, how they dress, how they look, where they're from, what languages they speak, their physical characteristics. They also want somebody similar like this. And so when this happens, now it's not possible for them to get the exact thing. Because it is spiritual, a catalyst will show up. Now, who is this catalyst? This catalyst is what we call a Jezebel, somebody with a Jezebel spirit. They will show up on the scene, right? And when they show up on the scene, they are now the person to help this covetous friend to proceed with the destiny exchange process. Because this covetous friend may not know about the spiritual matters. They may not know that they can obtain these things because these things you've accomplished, these things you have, are part of what is written for you in the book of destiny about you, right? So it is spiritual first before it manifests in your physical life and you actually have them. So they may not be aware of these spiritual laws and principles, but a Jezebel spirit will know this very, very well, right? So when a Jezebel spirit or somebody with a Jezebel spirit shows up on the scene, they will befriend or come and become an acquaintance to this person with a covetous spirit. Why? Because they are there to offer their services to this covetous friend. They may show up, they may ask this covetous friend, why are you looking so upset? Why are you looking so down? What's the matter? And then this covetous friend will explain their disappointment or what happened. That is the opportunity for this person with the Jezebel spirit to say, that is a small matter now. You don't need to be upset like this. This is a very small thing. Jezebel spirit, someone with this type of a spirit, they specialize in these types of things. They look for these types of opportunities. Why? Because they crave control. They crave controlling situations. They crave controlling other people's life. So this is a way for them to just exert their influence and control over the covetous person's life and the person whose destiny is preparing to be exchanged. And then they see themselves as now very important because now they know what can be done about the situation, okay? So the covetous friend is now at their mercy. When they say, yeah, I can, show you how we can fix this situation, now they feel important. The covetous person is now at their mercy, to do what the instructions they're going to give. And then also this person with the Jezebel spirit, they like to be seen as being very helpful. They are the ones, taking care of everybody. So this is the perfect opportunity for them to be seen as very helpful to this covetous friend. And then lastly, the person with the Jezebel spirit will always know one or two people who are into this type of things, working in, with the powers of darkness to change people's destinies, to steal people's destinies, to do things, using the powers of darkness, false prophet or whatever. They will always know an Obia worker somewhere, a Babalawo somewhere, Mganga, Mchawi, someone who uses muti, someone who can, do these type of things, one herbalist, they always will know one or two. If it is someone who has a Jezebel spirit, they always will know one or two people. In the book of First Kings, with the Jezebel, who this spirit is named after, she had these prophets of Baal and prophets of Asherah. They were working for her. So this type of a spirit, they always will know very well and have this type of connections. It just goes hand in hand with that type of a spirit. It's part and parcel of it, right? So this is the person now who will introduce this covetous friend to a worker of iniquity, to a Obia man, a Obia worker, to a Juju man, to a, Mganga Mchawi, to do the spiritual work for them. So it is the Jezebel spirit who will take this covetous friend over there to one shrine to go and get that exchange facilitated. Because sometimes the covetous, the friend who has a covetous spirit may not know these things, but a Jezebel, a person with a Jezebel spirit will show up on the scene in order to make that connection, right? So once this happens, and the person with the Jezebel spirit will lead this person with the covetous spirit by hand straight to that altar, to that shrine, to go and facilitate that exchange of destiny. They will ask this covetous friend, can you bring that person's picture? Can you bring their underwear, their undergarments? Can you bring something that belongs to them? Sometimes if it's related to finances, can you bring money? Some amount of money, doesn't matter how much, but money which is coming directly from them, money which they earned with their blood, sweat, and tears. Ask them somehow to give you some money, cash, not check, not, whatever, transfer. cash. Hold it in your hands, bring it here. So this person with the covetous spirit, having been encouraged by the Jezebels who is taking them there, it's okay, this worked, can you see so and so, I'm the one who introduced them, look at their life right now. You know, the other person there, they were having the same type of exact situation, look at them now, it is me now who introduced them to this guy. You don't have to worry, this is a very small matter. You know, they'll be kind of encouraging this friend who has a covetous spirit to go through with this process so that the destiny exchange can happen. Okay, now this person with the covetous spirit will go back, they will look for you, they will pretend to be happy with you and whatever you achieved that they couldn't get, and they want to meet you, they want to come and visit you, they want to have a meal together with you, they want access to you so that they can collect those things that they have been asked to collect and bring to that altar, to that shrine. Okay, that is the reason for that interaction. And once you have given them access, maybe they said, oh, I'm in town and I don't have a place to stay, my hotel, you know, something happened, I'm here for a meeting or whatever, can I stay at your place for 1 or 2 days? I'm really sorry about the inconvenience, and you give them access to your home. They come to your home, they're your friend, they're in your bedroom, they're whatever, they have access to your underwear, whatever, they pick one and put in their bag. You don't know what is happening. You're unsuspecting, right? Or they come up with one story or the other about a crisis that is happening for them and they need money very urgently. And you, being the kind and good, generous, dependable friend, you give them the money. And the request will be odd because they will ask for cash. And they'll be sure to ask you whether this is a loan or it's somebody else who has given it to you. They'll be sure to make sure that this is your money from your salary, from your pay, right? Because there is specific instructions they were given. So once they are sure of that and you've given it to them, then they will take it. Sometimes they may say, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. I just want like 10 cents. I want this. Those odd type of requests. Yeah, that's what it's for. So once they take these items, now that Obeahman, the juju worker, whoever, worker of iniquity, the one who's working with Muti or whatever, can prepare those charms for them, give it to them with the instructions. Go and drop this powder in your friend's food. Go and put this under the bed. Go and drop this in one corner in their house, or whatever they're being told to do. Or money, they're given that money again and they're told give it to them, make sure that it, you know, touches their hand or whatever it is. Now when this happens, now that covetous, the friend with the covetous spirit will come back and do that. When they do that, now that destiny exchange process has commenced. Okay, it's fully loaded. It is now ready to just be implemented. Okay, and now the person with the Jezebel spirit will suddenly disappear because their work is done. They will disappear and move on to another person, right? So this friend with a covetous spirit will now be watching to ensure that whatever they did is now working. What happens here now? What happens is, you being unsuspecting, you may start to have very strange, disturbing dreams. You may start to have dreams where you're seeing certain things happening and you're just wondering, you know, what type of strange dreams are these? At times you may see in the dream that someone is crossing out your name from a particular document and writing their own. At times you may see in the dream that someone is taking something from your hand, or something that you know belongs to you, and they're giving you something else instead. At times they're taking something which is precious to you, something which is beautiful, and then they're giving you something that's not so beautiful, not so shiny or whatever, but you notice that exchange is happening. At times it is food you're being given in the dream to eat. At times it is dreams of sexual intercourse and you're wondering, who is this person? So there'll be dreams accompanying this. The moment that person has taken that thing that they were asked to take to that shrine, to that altar, you will start to notice certain dreams, and these dreams will be so strange and weird to you that you will start to think about it. It's like, oh, what type of a dream was that? It was a very strange dream. Also, you will start to notice misfortune happening, in your life. That thing that was the object of desire, for this covetous friend, you start to notice issues with it. If it was a marriage and they desired a husband like yours, then that marriage starts having problem. You're starting to fight and quarrel for no reason at all, something that you never did before. Everything was harmonious, there was joy and peace, but now issues just start coming up out of nowhere. At times you even find that that husband is just not into you anymore. They start talking crazy and you're wondering what happened. Nothing happened with you physically, but yes, something happened with you spiritually, and they're just responding to that. Your essence has changed spiritually. So you have another person's essence, right? Spiritually, and so they are responding to that. So people are responding to that change. Although for you, you're thinking, what happened? I'm just the same. I don't understand why people are treating me like this now. Or I don't understand why, things are going this way. It's because spiritually, your essence has changed. They have exchanged your essence with theirs. So at times, I've even seen in one situation where it was high school kids, this happened to them, and one exchanged the destiny with another because she wanted to be good in sciences and whatever, in math, which she wasn't, and exchanged the destiny with another friend who used to ace, math and biology, chemistry, physics. When this happened, that girl whose destiny was exchanged suddenly could not handle math. She was blank. She started failing her exams. She started failing. She couldn't understand. She was struggling. Meanwhile, this other girl who did the destiny exchange, she suddenly was acing it. She was just top of the class, and even the teachers were so shocked and they were wondering what had happened. But she had done this with her grandma. Her grandma was an Obia worker, Juju worker, Mganga, somebody who facilitated this exchange for her. So it happened like that, and then the teachers even started disliking this girl whose destiny was exchanged, and they started, just disliking her, and she was getting into trouble with the teachers, and almost at the stage of almost dropping out of high school. Meanwhile, this one who was at the bottom of the class in all the sciences was suddenly just at the top, acing all these STEM subjects, and she was getting awards. Most improved awards were all going to her, but nobody really knew what had happened spiritually. It was the destiny exchange. These two girls actually had boyfriends, like high school sweethearts, and the one boyfriend of the girl whose destiny was exchanged, they broke up, and he started liking this other girl, which was really, really strange, and it was really hurtful for her. How could he start liking my friend? But it's because her essence was now with that friend, and that boyfriend was responding to the essence, the things that he liked about this girl. These very things are now with this other girl who's a destiny exchanger. So he was being attracted to that essence, and that is what was happening. So that's a real life experience story that happened with some girls. But that is what happens. So along with these strange, weird dreams, also things start happening around, and you notice the people's response towards you. It's different, right? These are all the big signs that the destiny exchange has already happened. Now, for this friend with the covetous spirit, they also now are coming into, those things that they had desired that they couldn't get. It is now so easy for them. In fact, those things are the ones presenting themselves to them. They don't have to go and look for these things anymore. If it was a limited edition car or whatever that they desired so much, suddenly somebody is coming from somewhere saying they want to sell this car. And guess what? It is the exact limited edition car that they had been desiring that they couldn't get. Right? So it just happens like that they start receiving those things that they had desired and couldn't get anymore. So these two people, these two friends, the friendship is now strained because of what has happened. But the friend with the covetous spirit will start avoiding this other friend. We can say that sometimes it's the guilt that is making them do this, but they will no longer be so available to their friend anymore. They'll suddenly become so busy, you can't see them, you can't find them that much, they don't come around that often. They sort of try to distance themselves, right? And so this friend whose life is now turning for the worse, who doesn't even understand what is happening to them anymore, they're left to deal with the situation on their own. And this friend is now enjoying their newly found exchanged destiny on the other side. Also because now they are clearly in different, in different kingdoms. And so this is the process. This is how it works. It's not until this friend whose destiny was exchanged now comes to some knowledge that there's something called destiny. It can be exchanged, can be manipulated. And God has his way of revealing information. God also has his way of exposing. Everything that was done in the dark will be exposed in the light. So just one way or the other, this knowledge starts coming to this person that this may be what has happened to them, and they start praying. When they're praying for God to reveal what has happened, they come into this type of videos. They also, read the word of God, and some revelation starts happening. Exposure starts happening. When they start praying and fasting and seeking God, then changes start happening. So this will give them that sort of motivation that, hey, something can be done here. So they get deeper and deeper into learning about spiritual matters, praying, seeking God, and now they're working for the restoration of their destiny. What happens with that friend who has a covetous spirit? Things start falling apart over there, right? Because spiritual laws and principles, right? And so the more this friend is now working towards the restoration of their destiny and what belongs to them, things start falling apart with that friend who has a covetous spirit. As soon as that starts happening, this friend with a covetous spirit starts running back to their friend. Hey, we haven't met in a while. What is happening? Can we meet? Can we talk? What's going on? Now they want to find out whether this friend is aware of what happened. And also they want to find out so that they can shut down that process. So when this friend is talking about prayer, about God, about fasting, they will say, no, you don't need to do that. These things are they're not real. These things are fake. Don't even get into those type of things. God has his own way of working out things. They try to discourage the friend from going further into that restoration process, right? Because it's messing up things for them on the other side. And so when that fails, and this friend is adamant about the prayer, the fasting, the breaking of evil covenants, even though they don't know who was responsible, this friend with a covetous spirit becomes so angry and so upset. Now they start fighting this friend, right? Now the friendship has turned into enmity. They start fighting this friend. And now this friend starts noticing this reaction, and they start to put 2 and 2 together to say, aha. So I think this friend has something to do with it, right? So exposure is happening, revelation is happening. On the other hand, the friend with a covetous spirit is now very insecure and worried. They're about to be found out, but more importantly, they're about to lose that thing which they stole and exchanged is about to go back to its rightful owner. So that is where things now turn ugly. But if this friend continues using spiritual laws and principles to pray and fast and call upon the name of the Lord, his word shall never return unto him void, but it must accomplish that which it set forth to do. Surely and surely, they will be able to regain what was stolen from them, what was exchanged, and go back to a reset where they live the life that God had written for them to live in the book of destiny about them. What happens to the friend with the covetous spirit? Well, if they don't repent and if they don't own up to what they did, then God's judgment is now upon them, right? Because God in his word said vengeance belongs to God. It's for him to avenge. But friends, this is what happens. That's how the process works when you have this type of a friend and they go through the process of actually exchanging your destiny. That is somehow how it would look like. I hope that this video is enlightening somebody. It's adding some value to somebody's life today. Again, if you really like this video, do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up. If you know one or two people who you feel may benefit from the words in this spiritual insight video, do not hesitate to share this video with them along with the previous one about the signs to look for. And then also, if you have not subscribed, please consider giving us your subscription and formally join our growing family. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a wonderful day.